My life is delicious. My joy is nutritious. My smile is contagious. My laughter is outrageous. Don't you wanna try the life I'm living? 'Cause it's the love that I'm giving. You gotta open up and try this.
Look at you. It's so good to see you.
Look at old Carl. He's all on the wall. How is he doing? He doing okay?
He is. That's me.
Good.
That's me right there, though, and right there.
Oh, okay. I
So
said he's taking up all the wall.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in our office, and it's kind of like an office / man cave, you know.
No. Okay.
So I'm just sitting at the wall that's got all the pictures behind me.
Okay. How do you like Georgia?
You know what? I'm liking it pretty good so far.
Oh, really? I just couldn't hack it. My manager keeps trying to get me to move, but I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Well, what part are you? You're here now, though, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
But so where are you though?
I'm in Atlanta. I'm at the hotel in Atlanta.
Oh, so one time we came here to visit, and I ran into a couple other people in Tyler Perry shows, and they were at that hotel that's like in little mini apartments with us. Is that where you're there?
Yeah, I think this is where they put all the actors.
Yeah. So we were there last time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday I saw Corey Hardwick and so a lot of more actors out here. They're doing I guess they're working on projects too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, see, here's the thing. If you're used to LA, see, I'm originally from North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
So I'm used to the East Coast, and I didn't want to come back to the East Coast just because of the weather.
Uh-huh.
But because in North Carolina, you get, just horrible ice, sleet, snow, and everything.
Oh no.
But you don't have that here. I was so happy. People say it got unusually cold in December. But they said normally the weather here is kind of mild. And it's probably because we're so close to Florida.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was really surprised. They had Juneteenth yesterday, and it was so hot. I don't know how all those people gathered together, but I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go back to my hotel and give them my scripts so I can be ready for Monday. Yeah.
Well, you know what's so funny? There's an event here tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in we're south of Atlanta.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And it's so if we drove to the city right now, it'd take us about 30 minutes.
Oh.
So we're not that far. I mean, we're not that close, rather. But and it's kind of like LA, you know, where we used to live. It took 30 minutes to get downtown, or 45 minutes to get to the airport, you know.
Yeah.
You look so nice. It's like people get to see you instead of the elder mother, all covered up and armed up and everything.
And I tell you, when that Georgia temperature hits 80 and 90, and we're outside because everybody else is inside on the set, and we're outside on the compound. Oh my God, we'd be wringing wet when we finish shooting for a day.
Oh my goodness, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that like? I mean, I hope it ain't too personal, but if I had all that mess on, I wouldn't have on anything underneath it.
Well, I have to put on, I have on tights and one of those real thin shirts to wear under, but that's it as far as because I was wearing all that corset and no, I don't wear any of that. It's just, I have to, because when I get ready to go eat, I just take that thing off and eat and put it back on. Yeah.
Okay, so were you filming when it was cold?
We like to froze to death. Was it in season 3? We like to froze to death.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I I could take the heat, but I can't do the cold like that.
The cold. I mean, we were shivering. We was shivering.
Yeah. See, yeah, that makes me like, it's like I just can't get warm. I can't get warm. So, you know, I could get me one of those little electric fans when I'm hot, but I just don't do that well with the cold.
Yeah.
That's why I was pleasantly surprised, you know, about the weather here, because everybody said it's never really that cold. I guess global warming is making it colder this time.
Yeah, this time, but I'd rather be here than in Chicago, I tell you. Ooh.
Oh no, oh no. Not dealing with the hawk. That hawk. Carl, you know, Carl's from Chicago.
Oh yeah, I used to go back there to visit relatives, but most of them are, you know, died off or moved other places, so I don't go back as much, and I really don't miss it.
Wow. So you know what? I'm going to show all of the sisters are just so proud of you, and Tosha. You remember when we had that vision board party?
I still got it.
Yeah. You know? Wow. Because I remember yours said next big breakout TV star or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I also had my $50 million goal.
Oh.
And I still have that board in my little office. I have it right in front of me, and I said, I'm not changing nothing. All of that
that's
there
right.
from 2020 will remain.
Yes. Oh man, I still remember that. And Tosha, her vision board had Tyler Perry in the middle, remember?
Oh.
And she was gonna be working.
Right.
Remember? Yeah. Oh my
goodness. Is she still in Inglewood?
You know, I don't know. I don't know if she ever sold that place or not. I don't know.
Oh, because I know she was talking about them building up the area and stuff like that. She didn't know if she was going to sell or not.
Yeah. I hadn't talked to her. She's been so busy. You know, she was on the soap opera as well.
Yeah. The Oval. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Last time I saw the Oval now, she tried to kill herself. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, she tried to join the Rocky Douche Because I told her, I said, there's a lot going to be in store for you. And she's thanked me. And I see that now all of it's coming to fruition. I'm so happy for her. Yeah.
I am too. I'm happy for you too. I remember you sitting there. And oh my gosh, you remember you were sitting right next to Diva Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah, bless. God rest her soul. I was so sad when I heard about her passing.
I know, that really hurt. That really hurt me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, our Bridget passed too.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So, because had that video recording, Bridget was there and Diva was there, and I said, "Oh God, keep that, please keep that." I love that video.
Yeah.
So good to see everybody, and you sitting there with a Cheshire cat on your face, putting that board together.
Because there was something in my mind, because I've always wanted to be a working actor. I'm not talking about celebrity stars or star. I've always wanted to be a working actor. And when it presented myself, I just said, well, this is something that I'm going to have to cherish, because this might, it might not come again, but it came this time. So I'm just grateful, and I'm thankful to Mr. Perry, and I'm thankful for my Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
Because he many times I wanted to give up, and I just, people talk to me, you're gonna give up now and blah blah. And so I said, you know what? No, I just, whatever comes. And when this came, it came right on time. It came right on time. So I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. Yeah.
Girl, I know you messed us up last time at that last Sister meeting. You was talking about how you're no longer broke. You can pay your bills, girl.
Yes.
You had us all messed up in there. Ooh, talk about a testimony.
That was the main thing. And I thought I was going to lose my mind.
Yeah.
Because when you get so far in debt, it's hard to climb out.
Yeah.
And I just said that I'm like, that first check, everybody got paid. I don't have no more bills, only my house mortgage.
Let me tell you something. And even like right now, so you're in one of the best positions you can be with this strike situation.
Exactly.
Because Tyler writes his own stuff. He's not he's not in bed with the WGA. And
right.
And everybody is like, he should have more writers. He should have more writers. Well, it was pretty good that he didn't, when it comes to you guys continuing to work.
Exactly. And because everybody goes, how come you guys get to work? I said, well, you have to ask Mr. Perry. I don't know. I just know I was called and I'm going.
Let me tell you something. I have always loved his hustle and the way he works. I don't know about that shooting schedule though. I know a lot of y'all all tell me about how much you have to work. I'm like, that is too much.
It's crazy. And I almost died that first season. I must have cried every day and everybody just kept consoling me. And I'm like, I hate to feel like a baby, but I'm not used to this. And he said, get used to it because this is the way you're gonna be working. But I tell you, I almost had a heart attack that first season. But the second season, it was a lot better. The third season, I got into the groove. The fourth season, I'm ready.
You ready now?
Yeah.
4 seasons though.
Yeah.
I was like, what? It's like y'all do a whole doggone season in 2 days.
Yeah. I couldn't even remember my name. I was babbling. A lot of it I was babbling. He said, go take 5 minutes and come back. I couldn't get the lines out. I couldn't get the words out. So he set me off to the side and said, you get the lines and you come back. I said, okay. I was out there crying, snotting. I was terrified. I can't remember all those doggone lines.
Okay, well that helps me. At least he's aware and he gives you guys grace.
Right.
He's putting a lot on you. He's putting a lot on you.
Yeah, he does. I'm telling he said, because he's come on, we got to get busy. We got 150 today. So, oh God.
150 pages?
Pages. In one day.
Oh my God. Okay. So y'all went from sun up to the
sundown. The sundown. Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. He's got like 50 million TV shows. And I'm just like, I mean, I know how you guys are stressed. I would hate to look at his liver and kidneys.
Well, he showed us where he has written over 700 scripts. It's not nothing he told us, he showed us, and they're all piled up.
When does he sleep?
I guess he doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't.
I'd like to check in on his health. I would, because that cannot be healthy. I know he's probably used to it. When you get a person with that kind of a work ethic, it's like somebody has to be there to slow them down and make them stop. And
I hope there is some, but he just said he goes to the gym and he said he works out. So he goes, and sometimes he'll take off and go to his island. He has his own island, and he'll go
excuse me, Tyler.
He'll get himself together, and then he'll come back stronger. It's just like, oh my God.
Well, that's good. Well, you know what? It takes nature. I realize it's like I go to my backyard when I'm just like over it all. I'll go to I'll go to my backyard and put my feet in the grass and just let the earth pull all that stuff away from me.
Exactly. Yeah. I do the same thing. I have a massage chair, and I just get in that chair. I put my mask on over my eyes. I just close my eyes, and it takes me into another universe, really.
Yeah.
And then when I come down, I'm calm, I'm collected.
Yeah.
Because California is a real rat race. I don't care if you go to the store and come back, some dramas that happen in between you going to the store until you getting back home. And it's not that you're involved in it, but you just see it. And it's just, that's why I say if I moved to Atlanta, it would be way out in the country.
Yeah. And you don't even have to go that far. You can just come. We're in McDonough.
Uh-huh.
And if you go to Tyler Perry Studios, it takes about 20 minutes to get there from here.
Yeah, I think that's where my niece is too.
Yeah,
I think that's where she moved. She moved there to McDonough.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that's where she moved to. She likes it. She bought a couple of properties out there. She really likes it.
I think you would really do well here, though, Baadja.
Mm-hmm.
You and your little pet babies.
I got that. I have to have them because I don't have nobody. You know, I don't socialize, and it's not because I don't want to. It's just that it's hard to trust people anymore. It's really hard to trust people because you don't know which end they're coming from now. You know, Dee was my friend. I know Diva. I lost my friend last month, Janetta. I lost her after 50 years. We've been friends for over 50 years. Oh, wow. I lost my cousin. You know, I would talk to her. Those three people were really close to me, and they're all gone.
Wow.
You know, so it's like, who do you talk? And then you got people hitting you in your DM, the same ones that told you I was wasting my time are now hitting me. I can't be bothered with those people.
No.
So all of a sudden they're so proud of me before you wasting why you keep wasting your time with that acting stuff? That's a young girl's game. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's exactly why I started Sistars, because we need a sisterhood. We need ladies that we can be open and safe with.
Right.
And before COVID really hit and really shut us down for a while, we were going pretty good.
I enjoyed getting out, going to this. I really did, especially the food.
I know. Yes.
I said, I know I'm gonna get a good meal when I go to that sister.
I know. You know what? I really want to start something like that here. It's a whole different world out here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're we have a class. We have an acting class that meets every Wednesday.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
Carl is a great teacher. He really is.
Yeah. I've worked with Carl, and I knew Carl before I knew you.
I bet you did.
I love him. I love him to death. I was hoping that we get to work in a film one day,
Well, you know what? I'm talking to you as a sister because I miss you, and I really, you're here in Atlanta. Now we got to get together before you leave.
Okay.
Go back to LA. You got to. You guys are lucky. You're still working. So
and try to get us in before that actor strike if we're going to have one. So they was trying to do all that too, so we can work. Because he says he says, I don't want to have you guys have to worry about that. That's why I called you in, so you can get your time in, get your money, go back home and do whatever. If it's a strike, it's a strike, but you guys are already taken care of.
Exactly.
That's what I love about him. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's the writer's strike, I can see how that doesn't affect you guys, but an actor strike probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But so I wanted to ask you too, when you were in class, and I know you were kind of walking with a limp, and now I don't see you doing that so much anymore. What's going on with you?
With the limp?
Yeah, I think you had a cane in
Oh
class.
yeah, I had surgery.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, yeah, I had surgery, and it's kind of healed up. Now the other side is going bad.
Uh-oh.
I had knee surgery. I had it replaced. I had my whole knee replaced,
Oh boy.
and then and then because I was still had it. I got it at 18, and then when I booked the show in 19, I was still in pain. So the walk you see Marva has is from that. It's still from that. I'm still using that same walk, but that side is healed up. But now this side is acting up, and that's another reason I wanted to make sure that I finished the show in one piece, because I got to go in and have surgery on that side, on the other side. So
You got to have a replacement?
a knee replacement.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what's so
Yeah.
funny? And you know, when I do most of my shows here on Delicious Life, we're talking about health, we're talking about eating. There were two people that I don't prescribe to any specific diets. Everybody's different. You got to do what helps you. But there were two people that in my research for the carnivore diet.
What's that?
The carnivore diet is so restrictive. It's all meat. You eat meat and eggs. That's it. You don't eat any carbs or anything. Now, keto is just a very low carb, it's proteins. And then you have paleo, which is the same thing, pretty much all proteins and stuff. And you don't eat any other like grains and things. You can have like a salad and your greens. But the people on the carnivore diet, I'm gonna tell you something. It really turned everything that I learned around. It's like I had to forget what I learned, because everybody that I studied for the carnivore diet, number one, they had the DEXA scan, which is a scan on your body that scans your bones. It looks at your bone density, tells you about your bone. And now I learned everybody, okay, it's just crazy. Veganism, vegetarianism, plant-based. That's all you hear nowadays. The less meat you eat, the better. I learned that meat pulls phosphorus from your bones and makes your bones weak and brittle and all like that, right? Everybody who's a carnivore has super healthy bones and joints. And there was one young lady who, in her youth, as a teenager, she had to get a hip replacement and a knee replacement. And she was just like in ill health. And having anxiety attacks and stuff. She did her own process of elimination, and she started with meat. And eliminated everything else. This girl, after she cut out everything except meat, she didn't have any more problems with her bones.
Oh, really?
She was getting ready to have another replacement. And after she cut out everything else, I mean, it's so boring. But I mean, there's ways, just like people who are vegetarians figure out how to have fake meat. That stuff's not any good for you. But no, that Impossible and burger and all that stuff. Trust me, it's impossible to stay healthy eating that stuff. It really is, because it's made out of so much crap. It really is. Yeah. You might as well just eat the meat too.
Meat. Yeah.
So she eats everything. She eats a cow from nose to tail.
And this is carnivore.
It's the carnivore diet. So they eat everything and eggs. So they don't eat, depending on how sensitive your system is, they don't eat dairy products like cheese and stuff too. But it's so crazy. I see these carnivores making carnivore bread and carnivore desserts. And I'm like, how in the world?
How do you do that?
So
I'm gonna have to do some research.
Yeah. Okay. So the carnivore bread, I found out, is basically just eggs. They scramble eggs until on low heat until they come out very dry. Then they add all these different things to it. Not a bunch of stuff like maybe, well, you can have cream, like heavy whipping cream. Um, there's a beef powder, which is really just ground up beef. I mean, I never even seen that, but it's fairly clean. It's just ground up, probably the organs, like liver or something like that. And it's desiccated and just dried up and ground up. And it makes, it makes things like almost like a flour, and they make the bread, and it's all
okay, that makes sense.
It's all protein, and it looks so good. You can just go to YouTube, put in carnivore diet, and you'll find a million people who were obese and they lost tons of weight, or they were diabetics and they're totally healthy now, and their bones are healthy, and their skin is healthy, and their blood tests come back. There's a cardiovascular surgeon that went totally carnivore because he said he tells all of his patients, and they're like, but doctor, won't that cause cholesterol? He said, no. Inflammation is what clogged up your heart, not cholesterol.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that we have to unlearn when it comes to this stuff. I was like, what? So I'll tell you what I've been doing, because I had these little random aches and pains, and I have started, one day I had nothing but meat. And I tried it. So for breakfast, I had chicken sausage or turkey sausage and scrambled eggs. And then for dinner, I just had, what did I have? I had something that was really, really good, but I added avocado to it because I couldn't just eat just meat. And then for dinner, I wasn't hungry. It totally took my appetite away. I was not hungry. I did that for 2 days. In 2 days, I literally saw the fat kind of come off my stomach, and that's where I've been having the hardest problem.
What?
With this menopause belly.
Right. I still got it.
Girl. And I'm really thinking about testing it for at least a month to see how I do it. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds, I'm going to have to research that.
Yeah, do your research, because I've been doing my research.
Yeah, my doctor was telling me at my age, I should be dealing in more protein. He said the things with doctors, when they're in school, they don't teach them that.
No, they don't teach any nutrition.
That's why I like him, because he does his own research and he brings it back to his patients. And he said, your age, he said, you really don't need that surgery. You need to try to do the more protein in your diet and less carbs and all that stuff. So that's what I've been working on for the last month and a half. But I still have this pain only because what you say, inflammation is inflammation. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I learned that I'm sensitive to nightshades. And so the nightshades are things I love, which is bell peppers, red peppers, green peppers, tomatoes, and potatoes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love them.
I do. I learned a long time ago I was real sensitive to nightshades. I used to eat peppers, just like a red pepper, cut it up. And eat it just like it was just fruit, just eating it, right?
Yeah.
And I had so much pain in my joints. And when I read about nightshades are these plants, vegetables that grow on the ground that emit a chemical to keep from being eaten by bugs. And I'm sensitive to that chemical.
Right.
And some people are not, but I am. I'm telling you, as soon as I stopped eating them, the pain went away like magic.
Went away? Yeah.
Went completely away. And I was so mad because I love those things.
Right.
But I was like, what else is my body trying to tell me it doesn't like?
Yeah.
So, and then I know in plants, like greens, like spinach and kale and different plants, there's something called oxalates that form kidney stones in some people.
Really?
Yeah, it's a compound and it's found naturally, but if you eat too many of those vegetables it forms kidney stones. And I'm like, okay, well, if it forms kidney stones, it's probably doing some other stuff to me. So the people who are successful on the carnivore diet had problems that when they cut out the vegetables and ate just the meat, it went away. So you have to have, so people on carnivore, you have to have protein and fat.
That's what he said. Exactly.
They have protein and fat. So they'll eat a big steak and melt butter on it. And it looks so good. I don't even eat steak, but it looks so good. Or they'll just grill up a bunch of chicken wings or have sausage or, turkey and stuff. And now I go to Costco or Sam's and I get that big turkey breast. And that has nothing but like broth and salt. And I'll just slice it. I slice off of it. I'll have some for breakfast. I'll have some for dinner. But like right now, I'm eating that and I make my own coleslaw. So if I do want something, I'll have a little bit of that with it. But otherwise, lately I've been eating like eggs and meat and butter, sometimes avocado, because avocado's a healthy fat too. He
has me on turkey, uncured turkey bacon, egg whites only. He said, I don't need the yolk. It's not helping me at all. So I've been doing pretty good. I'm
just the opposite. I prefer the yolk.
But I'm used to the whites, and I really prefer the whites. Yeah. And I know, like I said, I'm still having the pain, but it's not as bad as it was in the beginning. Like I said, I've been on about a month and a half now, so it's probably working. But some days it's just rough, and I don't know if I've eaten something that caused it, and perhaps I had because I'm not, a stickler to it.
Start writing down. Start writing down everything you eat.
Yeah.
Start writing down everything you eat, and then just take a process of elimination. When you have more pain and you see what you've eaten, cut some things out and see if that helps.
Yeah, I believe that because before when I was on, I came out here to Atlanta, it's like it started creeping back on me. I said, okay, so it has to be the way I'm eating out here.
It's usually diet. And there's so much, oh my God, the food here is so fattening and delicious.
Yes, it is. It is.
Girl, there's a restaurant here, Carl. So we went out to eat today for Father's Day this morning, and right after church. And girl, there's a place he wanted to go. I'm so glad we couldn't get in. It's called The Real Milk and Honey.
Wow.
Honey, they've got a piece of biscuit like this big. You can taste. And it's this thick. And they put a mixture of butter and honey on top of it.
Oh my God.
Girl,
that's a meal in itself.
It melts in your mouth.
Wow.
I can't have that. I said, Carl, that's way too many carbs and sugar right now for me. And I was like, oh, that's just too tempting. If I go there, I knew I would eat some of it, but I'm just like, oh. But you know what, though? I'm going to tell you something, though. Try it. You're right. Try more protein. And as weird as it sounds, a little less veggies or carbs. Try a little less. Do you eat peppers?
I used to, but not as much as I used to. I'm kind of hung up on asparagus right now.
Okay. Okay, so cut back on if you eat potatoes, cut those out.
Yeah.
I love potatoes.
I can eat a potato by itself.
You know, but you know what though? This is just an experiment.
Mm-hmm.
For the pain, for the inflammation.
Right.
So do more protein, but watch your oils.
Okay.
The only oil you want to cook in is coconut oil, and butter, pure grass-fed butter. You're gonna have to read your ingredients for butter. It should be, I use that brand called Kerrygold.
Mm-hmm.
Kerry Gold. And whenever, I don't know why, sometimes they put flavors and different things like that in butter. And I'm like, why? Because Kerrygold is just, the pasteurized cream and salt. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these butters have all these different preservatives and things in them. That will irritate your system too, because your body looks at that and like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Right.
And it probably instantly inflames you internally.
Yeah.
And so try your best to cook in butter and put butter on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you have carbs, if you have a starchy carb, try to eat a little bit of it, but don't have it naked.
What do you mean?
If you have a potato, put a fat with it, like butter.
Okay.
And if you have like a piece of toast, if you just have to have a piece of toast, put some butter on it.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise it'll spike your glucose, and that causes all kinds of different things and inflammation too.
Okay, but most of the time, I cook my meat in the air fryer. You mean you say I should be frying it on the stove?
No. If you use an air fryer, that's good too, because you don't have to add any oils for that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, if for anything, like if you put it in a frying pan or in the oven, you have to grease a pan and all like that.
Right.
Don't use those sprays, like Pam and all that stuff. If you have to put oil on a pan, use butter or ghee. Coconut oil is okay as long as it's cold pressed. Right. And virgin organic coconut oil. I don't use a lot of that, but yeah, use that. Just try to stay as natural as possible. And stay away from canola oil, vegetable oil.
Oh, I don't use that.
Cottonseed oil.
I don't use none of that. Oil. Yeah. I never use those. I stopped using that when he was telling me about getting more protein, and less carbs. But what's funny to me when I start tasting other things, I know they put a lot of additives in.
Yeah.
Why do they have to add sugar? What's the purpose?
Okay, so but what did you notice though that they added sugar to?
I was eating some.
Hold
on, let me get the name. Hold on, get the name.
Okay.
I had this Stouffer's cheddar potato bake, and then I looked on the back. It was like 5 grams of sugar. Yeah. And then when I started eating, because I don't eat a lot of sugar anymore, it tasted sweet to me, and it didn't taste right. So it's still sitting on the counter over there because I couldn't eat it. Yeah.
Okay. So read the ingredients list on that box.
It says saturated fat, 8 grams, trans fat, 0.5 grams, cholesterol.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about that. Read the ingredients. Like what? Yeah. I don't know where it would be on that box. Maybe on the side or. Yeah, put your eyes on, girl.
Oh, here it is. It's skim milk, potatoes, water, cheddar cheese, cultured milk, salt, enzymes, color, soybean oil, breadcrumbs, wheat flour, sugar, yeast, soybeans, salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the soy is not good. The soy, all that soy in there is probably genetically modified, GMO.
Yeah.
And that will inflame your system.
So basically, you just have to do clean eating. Basically, clean eating. Like just the protein, the meat, the butter.
That's it. And that's what you call a processed food.
Yeah.
That's a processed food. Anything
exactly.
Any kind of food you buy in a box. So you would be better off buying a whole potato and fixing it like that.
Exactly. That's probably why my hip started hurting again. And I figured it was something because I was doing so well when I was in LA. And then I got here because you sit up here reading all these scripts and you're just grabbing something to eat. You don't really have a lot of time to prepare like you want to at home. And I tried to get out of bed the other day and I was like, what is going on? Then I just realized you're not eating like you were when you're in LA.
Exactly. Convenience is everything. Convenience makes us buy things that are put together already.
Yeah.
But it's so much better for if you could just take the time and kind of plan ahead.
Exactly.
And cook only things that are whole.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's good for you to cook plenty and then just reheat it later, because you have time.
I do that at home because I have a freezer full of stuff that I can, reheat, use up. But that's what I like about the studio food because they give us good food. There's a selection of food to choose from, and especially on the meats, So I mean that's not any problem. But
good,
trying to eat something on the quick when you're trying to work, it's. You don't think about it until I start hurting. Then it's like, okay, you got to get back into your routine.
Yes. Yeah. So do your best to eat as whole as possible. Like if you got to order some food in from Trader Joe's or Sprouts, try to do things that are as whole as possible and that minimize your work. I mean, just put a salad with everything, just buy you a bunch of organic. And if you get greens, they need to be organic because they spray so many pesticides on that stuff.
Yeah.
And the pesticides will inflame your system big time.
Yeah.
So you don't need to get everything organic. I don't, avocados, lemons, grapefruit, oranges, anything with a thick skin, you don't need to buy organic.
Yeah, I get those free. My neighbor has avocados on that side. My neighbor has pomegranates and lemons on that side, so I get all of those free.
Yeah, you come out in LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just even here if you go to the store, but anything that's a fruit or grows on the ground and or anything that has very thin skin or no skin, you gotta get organic.
Organic
means pesticides free. A little bit, if none, of pesticides because pesticides are cancer causing.
Yeah.
So any greens and fruit like that, just get it, chop you some up, keep you a big bowl of it. There's ways to keep it fresh, for days. You seal it up in a bowl. Sometimes you can put ice cubes in it and it keeps your lettuce crisp, from turning.
Oh, yeah.
Fast. Yeah. So do things that you can just go in there and grab, and maybe like put a salad with everything. Like have your meat cooked already. And if you can take things from the studio, by all means do that.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I would.
Yeah.
If you could, because the many one lines y'all gotta learn, you ain't got time to cook. Jeez. You do not have time to cook.
No, you really don't.
No, girl. So
you really don't.
But I'm gonna let you go to your lines. I miss you so much.
You know what? I miss you guys. I miss the sisterhood. I really do. And I'm like, because I said she probably put something out in Georgia because I was thinking like It can be like, it may be once a year or maybe every 6 months that we can all come out here and just have like a convention, something like that.
You know what? Or a retreat.
Retreat. You know who else did that? Do you know, she has a writer's retreat. What is her name?
There's a lot of people doing that, but that's smart. We could have our sisters retreat out.
Retreat, yeah. She has a right there in Atlanta. She brought a big, lovely place out there, and women come out there every year. They reserve. I think it's like maybe 4 spots available that she has, and
that's a good idea. I could get
Adila Barnes. You know Adila Barnes?
Yes.
Adila. She has that retreat. She's been had it for over 10-15 years now.
That's a good idea. I could look at one of these big, nice homes here that has several rooms and bedrooms and stuff. And invite some ladies to fly in, and we can have a little chef and have us a good old time in the house.
Oh, that would be so nice.
Yeah, I think I would. Have you been to Savannah since you've been here?
That's where I want to go, but they told me it was too far, and I said I didn't want to chance it. They said it's over 500 miles from here.
It's like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, that's what he said, 3 hours. Yeah. So I said next time I have free.
Fly.
I don't take that chance.
Well, yeah.
But the next time I come out here and I have extra time, that's where I'm going. They said it's a beautiful place.
That's why we're going to probably take a road trip. Since it's only 3 hours, me and Carl are probably going to take a road trip and just go sightsee.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, you tell my baby I said I miss him, I love him, and I just wish him well and all the things that he's doing. You guys are just so wonderful together. I love you both so much. You guys are so encouraging, uplifting, and it's just wonderful. It's truly wonderful.
And I want to tell you something. I am so proud of you. And I think about when you were little down at that party, and I was like, you better put that stuff on the vision board and go for it, girl. And because you can have anything, you can do anything. And I look at the show for you.
Thank you so much.
The show for you, and I'm so proud. That's what I was telling you the other day. I'm like, oh, wait a minute now. You settling into that road. You get to be kind of brazen and nasty. I'm like, damn, elder mama.
Those are the writers. Like, what are they doing? They're writing stuff for me that I'm like, are they trying to change her? Or what are they doing? But it's the writers, and I'm like,
well, okay, you know what? You're doing a good job. I see the change.
Yeah,
I see the change in elder mother. I see you getting a little bit more. You like what's the dude that's close to the highest, starts with a D?
Oh, Daikon.
Daikon be like I'd be like, who do you think he's talking to like that? You need to smack him one good time.
Oh, I love him so much. He is such a wonderful person. So humble.
Oh, I can imagine.
I've never met a more humble man in my life. He's just humble. It is not phony. It's not fake. It's just the way he is. And I'm like, good.
I'm gonna tell you something. It's the sign of good actors, because of course you are nothing like Elder Mother and Ruth, all of y'all. It's just now some of the stuff that goes on, I'll be like, oh, Tyler, what are you thinking?
You know what? And it's so funny though, because a lot of times we're so focused on what we're doing. I don't even know what's in some of those things until I see it myself. I actually see it. I'm like, oh my God, that's awful.
I know. Because you're not in every scene.
No. Yeah.
You better be glad you're not in every scene.
I know.
But but I watch it because of you. And then I laugh, and Carl was like, what is it? You look at that show. I said, Baadja, look at it. But I look, and because I know, we train actors, we are actors. If you can make that stuff believable, that's what the craft is about.
Exactly. Exactly.
So one day, you know what? We're going to have you come and speak to our class.
Oh, okay. That sounds great. That sounds great.
Yeah. I don't know how much longer you're going to be in town because y'all film like Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, next week is just straight through. That's why they had us off to sign contracts and get our wardrobe and stuff. This week I had free, so that's why I said I was trying to get everybody in. But next week, we hitting the ground running.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I am so proud of you, and I'm so happy, and just continue to walk the way you're walking, Baadja, because other doors are going to open. I saw the thing that you did with Bill Duke. I loved it.
Oh, thank you.
The little animated project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was so wonderful to work with. So kind, so respectful. I'm like, that's the old actor, the old days, you know?
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. So just keep on going, girl. And I love you. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I pray to God this thing came out right. Because I was wanting to do it on the StreamYard, but with the technical difficulties, I'm doing it. So I hope it came out right. But
I do too.
I love you, sis.
Thank you. I love you too. And it was wonderful that you took your time out to even talk to me, because feels so good. You know, sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. You really do. You really do.
Let me tell you something. You got my number. We can just call, and we're gonna go out one of these days. On one of my carb days, we're gonna go eat.
Okay, because a lot of people give me a number. Just call me. And I'm like, no, I don't want to bother them.
Girl, I'm gonna bother you, and you just gotta tell me, oh, I'm studying.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
Keep me abreast if the sisters, if we get back together. Yeah.
You'll be one of the first ones, girl.
Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you.
Love you too. And just keep us in your prayers.
I will. I
got you.
And say hi to my boo-boo.
I will.
Okay. All right.
Bye. Okay. I love you.
Bye, love.